I'm at Federation Square for the Australian Orangutan Project Tour fundraiser to shed some light on the issues regarding the current existence of the orangutan species. Today, I'm in the company of some very important people. They are here in Melbourne to bring to our attention that the fate of the orangutans is in our hands. I'm here with Hardi from the Centre of Orangutan Protection and Leif from the Australian Orangutan Project. What is the Australian Orangutan Project?
The Australian Orangutan Project is the Australian contribution to save the orangutans in this habitat, and we're a non-partisan organisation that supports all local NGOs, international NGOs and government organisations to get the best outcome per dollar to help save orangutans in the habitat.
What has the Australian Orangutan Project achieved so far since it was founded?
We have developed and funded wildlife protection units. At the moment we have 64 members of the protection units that can now preserve habitat and secure it at 75% per hectare. And we're currently starting to build a ranger school to replicate that model elsewhere.
What are you hoping the tour will achieve?
What we need to get the message out is that Australians are part of the problem through our consumption, through our business and investments, and we need to be part of the solution.
Now Hardi, what is the Centre of Orangutan Protection?
Center of Orangutan Protection, I founded about 2 years ago as an emergency response to stop the ongoing forest destruction. During 2005 until 2006, I rescued about at least 300 orangutans. So from the several palm plantations, so it represents about 5,000 orangutans that might be killed in the field. So if so that's why I have to stop the root of the problems. So the forest destruction itself. So yeah, I set a COP, Center for Orangutan Protection, to against the company and force them to set back from the forest.
Okay. There are a lot of people around Australia and around the world that have no idea this is happening. In what countries is this occurring?
The destruction of the orangutan habitat is biggest in the two countries, which is Malaysia and Indonesia, where the orangutans exist, which coincides with peat swamps, which are huge natural carbon stores for over hundreds of thousands of years, have been storing all the carbon in the atmosphere. And due to the greed of a few to get short-term economic gain at the expense of the long-term economic future of Indonesia, they're releasing those massive amount of carbon into the atmosphere, and we're seeing the effects now.
Extinction is likely in the next 10 or so years. Is it just the global warming side of things and the farming palm oil that's causing this, or are there other factors as well?
Well, the major reason why the orangutan is going extinct is because the habitat has been destroyed. The major cause of that is the expansion of palm oil plantations. Now, there's plenty of fallow land for palm oil plantations to expand, but the greedy palm oil plantation owners choose to always set up the palm oil plantations in orangutan habitat because, first of all, they get all the logs and trees, which pays for the free palm oil plantation. And so it's the industry which is based on greed and destruction, needlessly.
Most people don't know what palm oil is. What is palm oil used for?
Palm oil is used for about everything, and this is one of the things that we're having dialogue, and unfortunately unsuccessfully with the Australian government. We're trying to get mandatory label of palm oil in products and mandatory label of timber, just like the clothes on your back has to be mandatory labeled country of origin. There's the illegal timber. You go in shops and see it being sold now. The palm oil and products, which is the major cause of greenhouse gases and destruction of species such as orangutan, tigers and bears. And we as consumers can't even make a good choice because the government is not allowing us to have a choice, but at least giving us the basic information as consumers to make those decisions.
Obviously the need for palm oil is what's fueling the destruction of these forests. Are there any organisations or big businesses out there that are taking responsibility for their actions?
The majority are hiding palm oil by taking the label palm oil and using other things like vegetable oil or using chemical numbers to disguise the fact that palm oil in. Some people are greenwashing it such as Roundtable Sustainable Palm Oil, where they pretend that there's sustainable palm oil, even while their members are out destroying the forest and actually putting bounties on to kill orangutans to stop them raiding their crops once they destroy the forest. And you'll see that tonight, palm oil plantation owners killing orangutans in a slaughter. And so mostly it's the green cover-up. And of course you have ridiculous things such as, for example, the European community having targets for biodiesel, having green fuel, and you have a forest for 600 tonnes per hectare of carbon which has been destroyed, and then you put up a palm oil plantation with 91 tonnes per carbon. All that is released in the atmosphere, and degrades the land, degrades the rivers, destroys the local communities, and then they have the gall to say it's green. So unfortunately it's worse than just being a cover-up. We're actually being sold something that's, and we as consumers will often buy it thinking we're doing the right thing.
How can people help?
At this crucial time, most of what we need is funds. That's what's stopping us from achieving sustainable action to save the forest. The big boys who are destroying the forest, they have big funds, and money wins.
Yeah.
We don't have any money, and so what's stopping us from getting more of Hardi's guys out into the field to put up local communities. Local communities, for example, this is an Indigenous rights issue, it's a local community issue, and Hardi goes around and he helps the local community defend their rights. Their land, which the ancestors had, just gets bulldozed down and just taken ripped off by a large company. And so we need people like Hardi to be able to fund them to go into the field. We need to fund the legal support so people understand the rights and actually can fight for the rights for their land.
When people donate, how do their donations get used?
Because the Australian Orangutan Project is a very lean, focused organisation, we have very little overheads. All of us are volunteers. For example, I'm a zoo curator, and that's where I earn my living. And then in my holidays and my nights and weekends, I work on these projects and to achieve the outcome. And we're all like that. So, and in Indonesia, the wages are very cheap. $2,000 a year for a technician. If you want a wildlife protection unit person that's going to be risking their lives to save orangutans, that's $2,500 a year. We're very efficient. So what happens is almost 97% of the donations go straight into the field for direct on-the-ground action.
Fantastic. And what do you want people to be aware of after your talk today?
I want people see the truth behind the palm oil products. We as a consumer also has responsibility for the genocide in Kalimantan, genocide of the orangutans there, also the destruction of rainforests there.
Tell me more about the Adopt an Infant Orangutan Rehabilitation Program.
Because of the massive destruction, thousands of orangutans have been slaughtered a year. But sometimes when they kill and eat the mother, babies will survive. And Hardi, for example, will go and rescue those babies and take them back to a rescue centre. Our adoption program provides the funding for us to care and look after them, rejuvenate their physical and mental health, and hopefully in the future we'll find areas and sanctuaries for them to grow up and live a healthy, normal life.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Good luck for the tour. For more information on the Australian Orangutan Project, go to www.orangutan.org.au. I'm Sarah Duffy for aroundmelbourne.com.au. I'll see you next time on Around Me TV.